Hey guitar players, in this lesson I want to talk you through how to apply various techniques when you are soloing. So I get asked about these sorts of things a lot because in many of my lessons what I'm approached about by students is how to build technique. I mean, I wrote some books about guitar technique and all that stuff, so it's kind of something that I'm a little bit known for perhaps. And the thing is, building technique with students is something that's fairly easy to do. It's fairly easy to teach, but then the next stage, once you've built technique, is, well, how do I apply all of this and get it into my solos? So what I say to my students is, you want to take the levels of technique that you've built and then turn it into something that resembles a kind of vocabulary. So when I'm playing, I generally use four chief areas of technique, which is legato playing, alternate picking, sweeper economy picking, and tapping. They're the four chief areas that I look at for like rock and modern fusion style guitar playing and all that sort of stuff. So I've got a rock style backing track that I'm using here from Elevated Jam Tracks on YouTube. It's a really cool backing track. So what I'm going to look to do here is just, I'll go through the sort of thing that I might do with legato playing. So this is just A minor. I'm going to use A Dorian as my basic scale form. I might play something that will come out a bit like this. Here we go. So we'll place in the track. So what I'm doing there, I'm basing my ideas just around a few different shapes. And I'm just kind of joining them together. So I've kind of played something like this. So that's like I'm full rolling. So like that real slow. All I'm basically doing there is taking some shapes and rolling around the notes. That's the sort of thing that will come out when I'm improvising. Moving up to different areas of the scale. But then what I've done is I'm going to use my 3 notes per string as my vehicle to move around the neck. And then here I'm using a pentatonic position to play some kind of exit tone. But that's generally what will come out when I'm playing the legato type stuff. I'll try and do something like that again. So there's a legato approach. Now what I might do if I'm adding in the alternate picking, I'm a big fan of Paul Gilbert, so I like to try and play some Paul Gilbert-y style runs. Now as my legato thing went this way, I'll perhaps try and start up the neck. None of this is all pre-prepared, I'm just thinking about, you know, what I might do if I was actually soloing. So as I've finished around there, let's do an idea that moves this way along the neck and then vertically descends. So I'm also a big fan of Yngwie Malmsteen, so what I might do is try and fit in some of these neoclassical style pedal pointing things. You know, like Yngwie's a big fan of that sort of stuff, and you know, I'm not trying to rip anyone off, but you know, music is based on copying from lots of different sources. So that thing is when you've got a 3 notes per string shape, that's a pattern that you'll play inside your 3 notes per string shape. Then just move it down the scale. Oops. And then the Paul Gilbert influence is going to be, you know, sextuplets. And then what you've got to do is find some way of exiting that. So I'm just going to jam this and see what comes out. Whether it's going to work or not, I don't know, but we'll see. Here we go. As you can see, my exit point absolutely sucks, so I'm going to do that again and see what comes out. skip the track back a little bit, see if I can do something that sounds a bit cooler. 1, 2, but obviously this goes to show you why you should perhaps be a little bit prepared before you put the tracks on. But honesty is something you don't see very often on YouTube, so here we go, there's a bit of honesty for you. Sweep picking, the next thing with that. Well, what I like to do with sweeps is I like to incorporate 7th arpeggios. Now over a backing that's like this, it's quite actually easy to take from something like your Dorian mode and then insert into that sort of stuff, or extract, should I say, not insert, extract from that various arpeggios from around the scale. So I like to use things like E minor 7, G major 7, A minor 77. There's probably a way that we can start joining those up to create some vocabulary. So I'll jam around with that over the track, see what comes out. What should we do? Descending first, maybe? Let's try that. Okay, I guess. I mean, for my personal taste, this is what sounds like here. E minor 7 again. So what's actually happening there is I'm descending the E minor 7, then moving straight into a G major 7, ascend that, then descend A minor 7, then you've got to find some way of exiting. I'm visualising all this stuff here. There's all pentatonics, so I'm using a bit of fourths. That's kind of a Richie Kotzen-y thing to do. You know, so you start to see that there's lots of different influences in here. And then of course tapping. I haven't done any tapping stuff yet, but I might do some tapping around triads. A lot of people will play triads like, you know, on a single string. I like to play triads over 2 strings. With that sort of thing that you're getting your sextuplet feel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I might over this look at a couple of others that I can extract. I might do A minor, C major, D major. Let's see if I can try and get some of that in there. And a 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Etc. Like I say, none of this stuff has been completely prepared. I'm just trying to think on my feet and answer the question that's been thrown at me there. So, like I say, a different approach for YouTube here rather than doing something that's super pre-prepared and massively over-edited and all the rest of it. Just a bit of honesty for you there, guys. Okay, hope you've enjoyed that lesson. If you want to see lots more of this kind of thing, do check out Cutting Edge Guitar, where hopefully I can be more help to you. And do give this a like and subscribe to the channel because that really helps me out massively. Okay, cheers guys. I'll see you in another video sometime soon.